gotta live for today and forget about the past. Forget about the past. Fighting with yourself, fighting with your life.
And we are back. New review, new album, Bo Jackson, Alchemist, Boldy James from Detroit. Dope rapper. Last year dropped Price of Tea in China. One of my favorite projects of the year. He's part of the Griselda camp. Alchemist, I mean, he had the Conway joint. I think last year, Lulu. He's done beats for Mobb Deep. He's done beats for Nas. He's done beats for Jada. He did Freddie Gibbs joint. And so you're seeing this MC and producer, whether that's Guru and Primo, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Sky Zoo had dropped one with Pete Rock last year also. Like, I'm loving these collaborative projects with like the rapper and the producer. It works really well. Apollo Brown has had some great ones with Joel Ortiz, Sky Zoo, Che Noir, and you're starting to see more and more of these. And it's just, Alchemist chemistry. It's fitting that him and Boldy locked in. Price of Tea in China was one they dropped last year. Bo Jackson is one they dropping this year. Very dope. Shout out to Bo Jackson, one of the dopest athletes ever. And yeah, I mean, this album, what Alchemist does for Gibbs, or what he did for Conway, is very different than what he gives to Boldy. It fits Boldy very well. He has a very dark, menacing voice, and it mixes like very. It was almost like I said this last with Nas and Hit Boy, like it's married. Like the voice and the menacing beats, it's like the best type of sound for Boldy. I think I prefer him over this production than anything else I've heard from him. I think Alchemist is just on fire right now with everything he's doing, and Boldy is different than all the other Detroit rappers, whether that's Eminem, Royce, Danny Brown, Big Sean. I mean, Detroit has a lot of MCs that are different, and had to take a swig. And he's different. A lot of street tales, drug raps. Just how he describes his rhymes. You can tell, and maybe I'm wrong, but I can tell when somebody's like not really from the street and when somebody really is. How he describes stuff, very simple, to the point. You could tell he's really telling the truth, or he's been around somebody who's been through what he's rapping about. The features from Benny the Butcher, Stove God Crooks on DDP, on Diamond Dallas. Wish he would have rapped on that, but dope feature. He has Gibbs and Currsensy on a joint. He has, like I said, he had Benny. He has Earl Sweatshirt and Roc Marciano. Like man, like this style of rap, I don't know, in the last few years, like with Griselda, or maybe, I don't know if they started it or Roc Marciano started it, but people doing like what they want to do. It's been a slow year for like mainstream hip hop, but like underground or mid underground, because I think there's really no underground anymore with everything so accessible. Everything, I mean, that sound, that Griselda, I don't want to call it Griselda sound, because Alchemist been doing beats like that forever. This actually reminds me of some like Mobb Deep type stuff, what he gave Boldy. Anyways, the album reminds me of a cult classic movie. Like it's very, like, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, scary movie. Very dark, very menacing. Like I said, his voice fits the beats perfectly. What he's talking about on there is straight street. If you're not into street raps, this is not for you. He does get introspective on the song. Let me see. On the song, there's a song that he gets very Illegal Search and Seizure. He gets real introspective for him on that song. Fake Flowers, like I said, with Currsensy and Gibbs goes off. Jewish lawyers make the police look like they framed the murder. We went from a prison cell in France to a movie festival in Cannes. Like, Gibbs went off, Benny went off on his verse, Roc went off on his verse, Earl. All the features are dope. Currency did his thing. Even Stove God Crooks, like I wanted him to rap more, or do rap, not just do a hook, but he his hook was dope. So the features are dope. I really like Roc Marciano's line about he broke generational curses with his cursive. Might have heard his sneakers chirping like Pee Wee Kirkland. First, I jump in the deepest current. I'm keeping it current. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Roc Marciano. He killed that verse. And with a flight risk in the gutter lane like a bowling ball. That's a line from Boldy. I think I wasn't, maybe a few years ago, the biggest Boldy fan. It wasn't somebody I would check for. It wasn't until like maybe a couple years ago I was really paying attention. Then when Price of Tea in China came out, and then the Griselda debut came out, I was like, okay, this dude is serious. And like I said, like, he's not the Eminem or the Royce Detroit rapper. He's his own self. Nobody sounds like him. His voice is very unique. His flow is unique. He does show the capability of having different flows on songs like Drug Zone, on Speed Trap. He does show versatility in those songs. His flow is different and a little faster than he does a slow flow. I mean, I think Boldy is one of the most I would say underrated, because like I said, I think he reminds me of, I don't want to say this. People might kill me for this, but he reminds me of Prodigy. In the sense that, because when you go back, I mean, I think Prodigy during the mid-90s, late 90s was one of the best MCs around, but he was underrated. Nobody was probably mentioning Prodigy if you mentioning Nas, Biggie, Jay, Pac, Redman during that time, Method Man, Ghostface, RZA. Those are the MCs you was mentioning during that time. And Prodigy probably didn't get his just due. Looking back on it, he has some of the illest verses ever, but they're very simple. And I think Boldy James has mastered, it's his style of saying a lot of dope stuff, but it's simple. It's not nothing over your head. If you're from the streets, you get it, you know about it, you respect it, and he's talking to you. A lot of his verses, I can understand them. I could close my eyes and picture what he's saying. Some of the things he's saying I've been through or have family members who've been through, so I can relate to it. And a lot of people, I think, can relate to Boldy just like they can relate to Prodigy. Prodigy maybe didn't do the things he was talking about, but when you listen to him, you knew that was around him. Nobody could write that vividly if they've not experiencing something, whether directly or indirectly. And Boldy does rap like something's happening in his life, or he's experienced something in the past, and he's bringing it to you. And so Alchemist's beats are perfect for that. Would love to hear more from them. I think the producer, he produced Arm & Hammer too, Haram. So Alchemist, he has a few in the last couple years of my favorite albums, and beats too. And so yeah, I think great album. Probably is going to be in my top 10 for the year. Have to, we'll see what the rest of the 5 months or 4 months brings. But for right now, I think it's one of my favorites. I gave it a spin about 5-6 times, so I really like it. And so Yeah, good album, worth not just a listen, but worth like, you know, in rotation. Keep it in rotation, especially if you like Griselda or if you like Alchemist or you like that gritty street rap. I think this is for you. And so next time we're gonna be reviewing Ka's new album that just dropped out of nowhere. So we're gonna be talking about that this week. So maybe 2-3 days from now, you watching this on a Monday, I'll probably drop that on Wednesday or Thursday. So until next time, you guys take care. Peace and love. 100 salute. I'm out.